Please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, did you ever
What's
think
up,
you'd
guys?
be back? Cheers.
Excited to be
Cheers.
back. Don't worry. I got this nice throwback theater can.
Well played. Well played.
Caitlin Clark just pulled off something nobody expected, and she did it live over Zoom in a no-filter interview with WNBA legends Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. From the moment she appeared on screen, it was obvious this wouldn't be your average feel-good chat. It was honest, it was unfiltered, and it peeled back the layers on everything from her move to the WNBA, the locker room whispers, and what really happened during those intense college matchups. All delivered with Clark's trademark humor and charisma.
There we
Our
go.
show loves it. Our show loves it.
But what exactly did she say? And why has the entire basketball world been in a frenzy ever since? Stay tuned, because Caitlin didn't pull any punches. She opened up about Paige Buchers, spoke candidly about Diana Taurasi, and even addressed the unfounded claims Cheryl Swoops has been circulating about the team. Ready? Let's dive in. It was the comeback heard across the internet. A year ago, Diana Taurasi stared into the camera and delivered a now iconic warning to Caitlin Clark. Reality is coming. Sound familiar?
Big have in store for them when they get there.
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're gonna see it on this side, where you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're gonna come with some grown women that've been playing professional basketball for a long time.
Fast forward to this year, and let's just say Diana had to eat her words. Clark's reply? A smirk, a slight nod, and a self-assured grin. It was sharp, lighthearted, but don't get it twisted. It was also a message.
Oh,
Congrats
so
on
you've
your
been watching the
retirement,
first
D.
half.
Thank you.
And congrats.
Now, unfortunately,
Well,
reality is
thanks.
coming to me now.
What's your big plans?
in early.
What are you going to do?
I keep telling Sue I thought I was going to have all this time to do all these things. I'm more busy now. So if I give you any advice, play as long as possible.
We'll see. We'll get to 10 years. Then we'll think about it.
Get to 10.
For Diana Taurasi, stepping onto the court with Caitlin Clark wasn't just another game. It was a generational milestone. Reflecting on their first matchup in Phoenix, Taurasi described the atmosphere as nothing short of surreal. It felt like the last game that was ever going to be played, she said. The energy was electric, the buzz was undeniable, and it wasn't just about the game. It was about witnessing a symbolic passing of the torch. Taurasi spoke with genuine respect, emphasizing how surreal it felt to finally compete against players she'd been watching light up the college scene for years.
What was it like for you two to play against each other?
It was amazing. I've been following Caitlin for so long and been watching her college career just in awe. And to be on the court and, the first game was in Phoenix, and it felt like the last game that was ever going to be played. There was such anticipation. The crowd was going crazy. All the people that came out to see Caitlin and our teams play against each other. It really was an amazing moment. And you talked about how, if you could play against anyone that is this new generation. So I got to cross paths with Caitlin, at least for a couple games. And to me, that meant a lot, Like, we've been doing this for a long time. To see Caitlin do what she does is, I think someone said the other day, I'm like, I want the season to start so I can watch you again.
Caitlin's response had that same touch of class, but with her trademark edge. She remembered that Phoenix game vividly, and this time, it was personal. We were down like 10 or 15 and came all the way back and won. She said, pride unmistakable in her tone. That comeback wasn't just another line in the box score. It was a defining moment. Going up against a legend like Taurasi and coming out with the win, that's the kind of moment that builds belief. And Caitlin made sure to highlight it.
You were saying what it was like to play against D.
Well, I was saying, that game in Phoenix, because we only played in Phoenix one time. And it was before Olympic break. Obviously, we had All-Star there too, but it was a great game. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we were down like 10 or 15 and came all the way back and won. That was like our first win versus a team that was above 500. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Right.
But underneath all that competitive intensity was a deep sense of mutual respect. That moment went beyond just one game. It became a real-time collision of two generations. Caitlin and Diana may be at opposite stages of their careers, but the mark they're leaving on the game, that's something that transcends time. As they laughed and reminisced together, one thing became obvious. This wasn't just playful trash talk. It was the past and future of basketball coming together in perfect sync.
And how excited are you for this next WNBA season? New head coach and Stephanie White. You added Natasha Howard, who Sue knows really well, DeWanna Bonner, which I know really well, Sophie Cunningham. I mean, it seems like, you know, from the outside, this roster's ready to compete now, which is easy for us to say. We know there's a process to get there, but like when you see that and you see those names come in, what does that make you feel like?
Caitlin Clark is entering the upcoming WNBA season with more than just hype. She's coming in fully loaded. Talking about her retooled roster, her excitement was unmistakable. With new head coach Stephanie White at the helm, seasoned vets like Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner, sharpshooters like Sophie Cunningham, and defensive standouts such as Sydney Colson and Brianna Turner, Clark not only knows the lineup, she understands their value, but she's also well aware of the task ahead. Integrating 7 new players with limited time to build chemistry isn't easy, but Caitlin's already locked in and ready to tackle it head on.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously on paper we have a really good team, but, you know, you only have, I mean, we start training camp, I think, on the 27th, and then, like, we have a back-to-back of preseason games on May 3rd and May 4th. So it's like, you have a very short amount of time to put that together, and 7 new pieces, and whether we carry 11 or 12, like, it's more than half of our roster. Like, that's, you know, that's a hard thing within itself, but we should be pretty good. And like, I'm excited about it. I think what we needed was, you know, we added a lot more experience. Like in the playoffs, we just didn't have that. We were a young group. Even Kels, like obviously with being with the Fever during her entire career, she hasn't really had the opportunity to play in a ton of playoff games. So,
and it's not just her mental game that's been on point. Her physical game is getting an upgrade too. When asked about that viral offseason photo where her arms looked unusually toned, Caitlin couldn't help but laugh.
The viral picture that went around showing off your guns. Everyone's wondering, have you been hitting the weight room? Was it the camera angle? What happened?
Like, how did you do that? I've been trying to do that for 20 years.
AI is getting out of control. Come on.
But then came the real talk. She confessed that she had spent a lot of time in the weight room, not just for appearances, but to feel more dominant on the court. She highlighted specific areas of growth, like adding a floater, finishing through contact, and mastering the mid-range game. It's obvious she's not just training to stay the same, she's training to dominate.
Just honestly
trying
to get
in the
stronger.
off-season, working on your game.
You're trying to get stronger, like a lot of time in the weight room, and it's like something like I kind of enjoy, so it's been pretty easy for me to like spend time in there and really work on that part of my game. And you know, I think the biggest thing on the court is just like that mid-range area. Like I got pretty uncomfortable in there when I would get in there, whether that's like I didn't really have any floater, I didn't like taking a mid-range jump shot, so just getting more comfortable like when I get my feet kind of into the paint, and honestly trying to just add a floater to my game, and you know, finishing through contact and little things like that. But I think just going back to the weapons that we've added this year, like there's going to be so many different things that we're able to do that I think it'll be able to make my life a little bit easier. And
that level of self-awareness is rare, especially for someone so early in their pro career. But Caitlin's already carrying herself like a veteran. I kind of enjoy it, she said, referring to both the physical preparation and the leadership challenges that come with a star-studded roster. She understands the high expectations but is tackling them head on. And let's not forget when Cheryl Swoops claimed the Indiana Fever locker room was toxic.
People in the Fever were like, y'all.
That's not my point. There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some new
it's
shit's
a
going on
lot.
around there.
It's a lot. Yeah. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
This is where I want to